Gentlemen, it is go time. My name is Todd Grisham. Next to me, of course, is Johnny Nelson.
Todd, always a pleasure to work with you. Always a pleasure.
It's time for our tale of the tape. Roy Jones Jr., 160 pounds, 5'11" tall with a reach of 74. And standing across from him will be the Patriot, Patrick Rokohl, who's 185 centimeters tall and weighed in at 79.4 kgs.
Talk about hot seats in the house. I am so lucky to be sat where I am watching this fight live. I can tell my grandkids about this.
This bout is scheduled for 15 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Pensacola, Florida, here is a middleweight, a super middleweight, a light heavyweight, and a heavyweight champion of the world, Roy Jones Jr. Fighting out of the blue corner, from Germany, here is a European super middleweight champion, the Patriot, Patrick Rokohl.
All the talking has been done. It's time to start doing the walking.
Todd, I'm going to stay here till the end of the night because if you're a fight fan like me, this is what I live for.
We've waited a long time for this fight. It's here, and the fighters are good to go. We're hoping for an all-action slugfest. Looks like he's going to move around the ring a little bit more. Try some stick and move. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to go down? No rest for the weary. So much pre-hype surrounding this fight, the fans are on the edge of their seats.
This is not just hype. We are in for something special tonight. What an arena, what an atmosphere, what a build-up.
The left jab is landing at will. And this is a you hit me hard, I'll hit you hard type of fight. Well done with that counter shot. They have no respect for each other's punching power. Both fighters landing in these exchanges, judge is going to have a tough job. If you're a counter puncher, then basically you do the counter attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in kind.
The action is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight a counter puncher smart.
Swing and a miss with that jab. Throws the jab, but does not score. Both men step back for just a moment. That left hook missed. When someone punches that hard, you don't want to trade shots. Both of these men showing exceptional chins, by the way. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Roy Jones in that last round. Well, we're entering desperation mode here. Gonna need a knockout.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what? Next round, you're getting it. You're gonna get a kitchen sink.
Breathe, focus. Round, don't worry.
They ring the bell, and here we go. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
When you're fighting a counterpuncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counterpuncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
To beat a counterpuncher, you've got to take them out of their pace. Do not wait for them, because if you wait, they'll pepper and pop you all night long. Rush them.
The straight right just misses. Do you believe what we're seeing? Good counter punch. That counter punch caught him clean. Should we be surprised if these two fighters go the distance tonight, considering how much they've emphasized their physical fitness? Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it. Trying to land that jab.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other, because no one dare do anything out of turn.
Oh, Patrick Rokohl right now stumbling around. He couldn't take anymore, and down goes the Patriot. Blink and you miss it. Good thing we can watch that all over again.
A shot from the gods took him out.
One, two, three, four. Do you still want to fight?
So he's back up on his feet, but can he get back into this fight?
That is a show of character. When you're put down, your eagle's hurt, your chin's hurt, your body's hurting, and you've got to get up, suck it up, and think, right, I'm back in the game again. It's so hard for a fighter.
Needs to put some combination work together. One punch is good, two punches better. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Final 10 seconds here, and the corner is gonna have their work cut out for them. They exchange punches. Let's talk about Rokohl in that last round. He's been knocked down, but at least not knocked out yet.
I love the response, though. Got back up, took a deep breath and thought, right, brush it off, get on with the job.
How do you feel? How do you feel? All right, breathe, focus.
Through the round, don't worry about the knockout. Don't worry about the tough round.
And there's the bell to start the round. He got knocked down in the last round. Let's see what he can do here.
Todd, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything, full barrel, because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
Well, Johnny, it's still early on, but what do you think about what we're seeing so far?
Middleweight always gives us a class. If you've got two class middleweight fighters, you are in for action. I'm quite sure right now, if you know your boxing, there's a certain fighter, Mr. I would just say marvelous, but some fighters were unbelievable at middleweight.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. The straight right just misses. In the early rounds of a fight, you'll see two boxers feel each other out, test each other's power, and I think this boxer has decided I can walk through anything that lands.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those pointed areas, over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim and go for speed.
We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Can't find a home with that jab. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Well, Johnny, I know it's still early on, but have you been surprised by anything you've seen?
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to outthink him. You've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little faggot and pickpocket him.
Which one of these athletes is going to say, I can't take it anymore? You can tell he's stronger, but he's not faster. The straight right just misses. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Roy Jones in that last round. At this point, you gotta believe he can't win on the scorecards, gonna need a knockout.
The bell, sometimes it couldn't be the sweetest sound.
Okay, how do you feel? How do you feel? All right, breathe, focus.
Through the round, don't worry about the knockout. Don't worry about the tough.
We're hoping for an all-action slugfest. Coming off a very tough round, let's see what they do here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Good work.
A perfect counter shot. Nice counter shot. This fighter's certainly not going to out-throw their opponent by any means, but they will, when they get, be a lot harder.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain then.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Which fighter will say no mas? And so far, the offense has been better than the defense. As we enter the final frames of this bout, Johnny, what have we seen so far?
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong, because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
Some real good back and forth between these two fighters.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
That hook was thrown with some bad intentions. That big hook doesn't land. So much for boxing. This is a fist fight. The jab doesn't quite connect. Can't find a home with that jab. What heart, what desire, but at what cost? A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. And that could be the beginning of the end for Rokohl. Let's talk about Roy Jones in that last round. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter, and the cornerman's got to put a firecracker on the fight to get out there and get the job done.
You're not tired, you done.
And there's the bell to start the round. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've got in the ring with fights like that and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out of there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
That's it. Body then head. Body then head.
One punch could change anything when these two step in the ring.
Stop it.
You'd like to see more jabs.
Finish the fight now. He's gone.
Well, Johnny, we're in the early stage. Patrick Rokohl seeing cobwebs. Big shot, and Rokohl has to go down. And it's a one-hitter quitter. What a knockout shot. Let's take another look.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
One, two, three, four, five, six. Can you continue?
They've got to pick things up halfway through the round here. So he's back up, but at some point, Johnny, he's got to live to fight. And that could be the beginning of the end for Rokohl. Patrick Rokohl goes down hard. We knew his chin would get tested in this fight, and it failed him miserably.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Come to me.
So the referee says he can continue.
Well, now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to G you up. They've got to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right.
Oh, Patrick Rokohl right now stumbling around. And down goes Patrick Rokohl. And it's a one-hitter quitter. What a knockout shot. Let's take another look.
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot from the gods.
Well, Johnny, how do you rate the performance after this stoppage win?
A TKO, we've got to see it again. Because TKOs, they finish the story too early. It's like being kicked out of a club before the night's done. We want to get a full-blooded who won and who lost. Not by a cut, not by a TKO.